immigrate is human. New Zealanders are migrating to Australia, Australians are migrating to UK, Britishers are migrating to Australia, Americans are going everywhere, and Britishers are going to Middle East. Those in Middle East are looking at settling down in USA. This is a whole new world we are talking about, and globally everybody is moving everywhere. I'm often faced with a situation where people ask me, we are feeling guilty that we are thinking of leaving our country and planning to settle down in another country. In fact, but there are also some people who are immigrating to another country also face challenge of facing their family and of their friends who make fun of them that they are leaving their country to make another country their home. There is no need to feel guilty about it. Do we feel guilty when we move from within our own countries? Do we feel guilty if we move from Delhi to Mumbai, or Mumbai to Bangalore, or Bangalore to Pune in search of a career or in search of what is good or bad for us? Then why should we feel guilty if we are migrating out of our own country to seek a better career or better profile or a better quality of life? Like I said in my opening statement, everybody is moving out everywhere. When this universe would have come into being, was there a world? Were there any boundaries in between countries? While boundaries may be realities today, fact is this: given a choice, go for what you want to do. It is one life you have, and it makes sense to give the best in this one life to you, your family, and especially to your children. So you are doing very well in India, earning well, career is looking up, and still you are beginning to think about immigration. And the question that always comes in mind is, when I'm doing so well in India, or otherwise I'm doing so well in career, be in Middle East, be it in London for that matter, be it in Singapore, be in Hong Kong, and then anywhere in the world I might be, but still despite doing well in career and despite earning well, why is it that I always have this urge to immigrate to a better location? What all of us have to really understand is immigration by per se is something that's human, and over a period of time, in fact, as a matter of fact, people mostly confuse the word immigration with moving out from one country to another country. I mean, we forget that we first move from one small town to a place like Delhi or Mumbai, or for that matter in Bangalore. Why do we do that? Even that's migration. We do that because there's a better lifestyle, there's much better power or water situation that I may face otherwise. There's a more surety because these cities are big. There's a more surety that the needs, the daily needs can be taken care of. There's better quality of life, better educational qualities, better education standards. You have better entertainment facilities. You have a peer group that you can spend your weekends with and enjoy. You have a better corporate culture. So these are the reasons why you immigrate from smaller towns to bigger cities within your own country. So why exactly is it that and what's wrong in it if you really speaking in the end decide to migrate out of your country to another country? So why do you do that? And are those reasons not valid? Think about it this way: what are the basic needs of life? What exactly is it that one can identify with happiness? One is health. It's always a challenging situation if you fall ill and you're not medically covered, and you end up spending huge funds in looking after your health needs. Look at educational facilities for your children. You want your children to be admitted in the best of the schools, but then there are just few seats and you end up paying high donations. So you end up facing, and your child ends up facing highly challenging situations even for a need which is as simple as education. You're talking of corruption. It's something that's always challenging in a developing economy. It doesn't matter what you do. You're challenged by this nexus, as I call it, between politicians, bureaucracy, and the law enforcement agencies, which really speaking does not give any breathing space to a common man. And he is the one, and his family is the one that's constantly and all the time feeling suffocated by this nexus of paying taxes but not getting return on the taxes that he's paying to the government. He is the one who cannot play around between black and white money. He is the one who is getting all the money in his bank, and he is the one who is the taxed the most. But he is the one who also gets the least facilities for the taxes that he pays. How about pollution? This is something with in a place like fine, the country is doing very well, but then you all in place like Delhi, you have 1,000 vehicles coming on streets every month. With the infrastructure, the public transport infrastructure always being challenged by ever increasing population. Doesn't matter what facilities you create, what infrastructure you create, it's always overtaken by the ever increasing population, leading to high pollution, leading to major health situations that all of us face. Again, how about politics, and how about the politicians? Do we really feel that this will ever change? We always have hope when new generation parliamentarians come in, but sooner or later they also get involved into this ever difficult situation where they too become part of corruption, they too become part of this political system, which is actually speaking a mess, where the really speaking the fruits of development do not go to the end user. The fruits of development most of the time go through the corruption to either politicians or to bureaucrats or to law enforcement agencies. Against law and order, though one can call it a democracy, but really speaking, unless you don't grease palms, things do not really move in the manner you want. So in nutshell, it is one life all of us have, and if in this one life we want our children to be educated in good schools without facing challenges of admission and donations, and then at the university level facing dismal infrastructure facilities in the educational and universities, and of having good education at all levels, where when they pay, when they are paying high fee, they also are getting good education that's internationally well recognized. And then in career wise, though you may not grow as fast as you may grow while you are in India or while you are in another developing country, but fact of the matter is that when you pay your taxes in developed economy, you may pay high taxes, but it all comes back to you. You will get in majority of good countries, highly developed countries like Canada, Australia, you get paid in the form of your taxes are paid back to you in the form of free educational facilities for children at the school level, highly subsidized university education, almost free medical facilities for the entire family. You get retirement and pension benefits. You get benefits whereby you can sponsor your parents also, who can join you towards settling down in the respective countries. All in all, and don't forget that law is there to protect you, protect the common man, and the government agencies, the bureaucrats are not there to harass the general public. Law is there also, and it is meant to protect the common man and not to harass him. You do not face this political corruption. Corruption is the least important thing out there, where your rights as a common man are protected, and you don't have to pay for things that actually speaking you should take for granted. The nexus between politicians, law enforcement agencies, and bureaucrats does not exist. Wherever it exists, it at least does not affect the common man. All in all, if you decide to immigrate to a developed economy, a developed country, it is one life you have, and in that one life you can live with peace. You can ensure that when you are living with peace, you can look after quality of life. You can ensure that rights of your children, your family, medical health, education, all these things are protected.